Hey wonderful human beings, welcome back to another week in my life vlog, or maybe a couple days in my life vlog. We'll see how it goes. If you're new here, my name is Remy and I share lots of vegan recipes and tips to help you live well. And this morning I'm just feeling so good. I'm actually feeling all kinds of emotions. I went to hot yoga for the first time since the pandemic, so I think it's been 2 years since I've been to an in-person yoga class, and it felt so good. I went to Y7 and they opened a lot later than most of the other studios that have been open for a while. As you've probably seen in my vlogs, I've been going to RX30, Rumble, all that kind of stuff, but Y7 I've been waiting on, and boy did it feel f***ing good. I honestly cried a little bit. I shed a tear in Savasana because I don't know, I was just holding on to a lot of emotion, and I feel like after a deep flow, I just have this emotional buildup and release at the end of class. So that felt really good, and I was just so grateful to be there. Like, you know when people say, I'm just happy to be here? That was literally me yesterday. It felt really good. And then I had a smoothie, and now I'm gonna start my day. I'm gonna work on just a couple of recipes that I just wasn't feeling yesterday. I was in this weird headspace and I need to reshoot them. And sometimes all it takes is taking a step back and looking at it the next day. Oftentimes I scratch recipes, I just throw them out because I don't like how they're looking. So let me show you what I'm working on. I'm going to reshoot this, which is a really delicious corn risotto with roasted shallots. Turned out really delicious. Like, this is just like, so good, so yummy. But I don't know if you can tell, just like the colors are very flat, and I'm not the best at shooting yellows, so I'm gonna have to reshoot this again today, and hopefully get it to a place where I like how it looks. And then I have all these garlic scapes, which are in season, and we picked up at the farmer's market when Brandon was here. He left me with like 2 pounds of it because there was a minimum, but I'm gonna use these and probably make some pesto today. And then I need to film like a little clip segment for one of my recipe reels or TikTok videos. I've been doing a lot of those recently, and if you follow me on TikTok, you've probably seen them. They're a lot of fun. So let's do that. Okay, 2 minutes. 1 minute to go. I'm so nervous right now, but I'm waiting for reservations to open for 11 Madison Park. This shit is like buying festival tickets or limited drops of ceramic pieces. We got 30 seconds. This can't be good for my blood pressure. It's actually unreal, but if this works, I'm gonna be so happy. We did it. I'm so excited. Brandon's gonna be so thrilled. It's really funny actually, because 11 Madison Park was on my to-do list before moving out of New York, because they do have one of the fanciest vegan friendly menus, or they used to before they went completely vegan, aside from milk and honey on their drinks menu. So this is huge. Obviously, it's not super common to see a fine dining restaurant that is specifically vegan. Normally it's like you're lucky if you get a vegan option or a vegan menu at a fine dining restaurant. So if you remember from one of my last vlogs, when we went to Contra, for example, there was one vegan menu on the item which was like accidentally vegan, and then there was also some vegan options with modifications at Oxalis, but neither were really dedicated vegan menus, and they were fairly limited, so it's not like a full experience. But this is, and it's so exciting. I also just realized that I need to give you a life update, because you're probably wondering how I'm going to do this reservation in New York when I'm leaving New York. So let's chat. I really need to figure out some kind of makeshift tripod situation. I'm using a new lens, and if you could see the way I was sitting right now. Anyways, I wanted to give you a life update because I feel like I've hinted at this many times in vlogs, but I've kind of just said it in passing, and I haven't really posted about this yet on Instagram. I think I will when this vlog goes live, but I think I'm just gonna title the video. Oh my gosh, I can't even say it. I am moving to LA. It feels like a long time coming. If you've been following me for a while, you know that I used to spend so much time in California, and that has been something I've talked about for years. Initially, when I had my first corporate job, I was going to be placed in Northern California, and I was going to think about moving to LA. Prior to that job, I was applying to jobs that were in LA actually, and then I even applied to schools in LA when I was in high school to go there for college. And I just never really did it because for some reason I had it in my head that I wouldn't like it, or that it was just too slow for me. And I used to get asked a ton if I was from LA, and I think it's because I'm Asian and now vegan and do yoga and all of that stuff. But I think what I've come to realize is that New York is always going to be home. And I feel like this is one of those things I just have to try. Like, everything is just lined up so perfectly that if I don't try it, it feels like it would be something that I would wonder about for the rest of my life. And the one positive thing that I've taken from this pandemic is just the realization that you need to take risks and act a little bit more on desire sometimes. Obviously be rational. So of course I can afford to do this. It makes sense for me at this time in my life, but just try new things, because another pandemic realization I've had is that nothing is permanent, meaning everything can change at any time, as we've seen. And I feel like that's a really good lesson for anyone else who's in the middle of contemplating a really big life change or decision. Just remember that any decision you make doesn't have to necessarily be permanent. So let's say you're considering a new job. If you don't like it, you don't have to keep it forever. You know, you can always pursue other opportunities outside of that one, but at the very least you'll know that that's not what you want. And so I feel like when things don't necessarily go to plan, or we don't end up enjoying the choices that we make, they're also great learning opportunities for us to get to know ourselves better and understand what we do like and what we don't like. You'll never know what you don't like if you don't try those things. So I feel like I'm making this sound like it's terrible to move to LA. It's absolutely not. It's just that I love New York so much. There's a reason that I've been here for years and years. So the way I grew up, I'm from New York, but I moved overseas, and if you know my story, I lived in Asia and I went to a couple different international schools across different countries. So I spent a lot of time in Taiwan, for example, Shanghai, Thailand, and I feel like I moved around a lot, and I kind of felt like I had no control over my life, friendships, things like that, because I was constantly moving schools, moving houses, and I kind of became accustomed to that life. But I had this craving to be able to call a place home, and for me that was coming back home to New York, and I really did stay here. And I am a Sagittarius. I love to travel too, just because of the way I grew up, but I very much had a home base. So, you know, I lived in New York, but then I would travel roughly twice a month when I was straight out of college. And then things kind of slowed down because of the pandemic. Life happened, life changed in a big way for me, and then I was like, you know what, this feels like a little nudge from the universe to pursue everything that I've wanted but never let myself try or have. I don't know why it's taking me this long. So there it is, I'm moving there. I think I'm gonna love it, but I don't know if it's where I want to ultimately end up, like raising a family and stuff like that. It's gonna be really fun. I'm gonna be living in a house. Obviously I'll be with Brandon, so that's really exciting as well. And I'm gonna get a cat. Today is July 1st. It's officially my last month in New York City, and I'm not gonna lie, it's a mixture of feeling really, really sad and also really excited. It's bittersweet. But the plan is I move my stuff, I move myself out there, I adopt a cat, and I start putting together the house with Brandon. And I'm really excited because I'm going to be showing you obviously the decorating process. I know that's a lot of fun. When I moved apartments constantly, I feel like that was content that you guys really enjoyed, and I'm excited about this one because it'll be different. It's a home, there's more space, more rooms. I already have like a list of furniture and stuff, so I've been drawing out and just like planning out how that's gonna go. So I'll document that as well in like a moving vlog as I usually do, and then I'm gonna do a full house tour, which will be super exciting. I'm really stoked about the products that I've been selecting because they're all very conscious, sustainable, obviously vegan. Whew, I'm talking a mile a minute, but that is the plan. And I think what we're gonna do is try to come back every other month. I am the type of person that likes to have flights booked so I know when I'm going somewhere next. So I already know when I'm coming back, which will be end of August, a little bit into September, to see family. My family does all live here, so it is really important for me to be able to see them. And so yeah, every other month I plan to come back for a week, maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks, and then just be back and forth. So it's almost like I'm doing a flip-flop. Instead of living in New York and flying often to LA, I'm going to be living in LA and flying often to New York. And I hope that you guys will stick with me when I move, because a big fear that I had was that people wouldn't be interested in my life if I didn't live in New York anymore. I feel that's a big part of what people have come to associate my content with, and yeah, it's kind of scary. But whenever I'm in LA, I feel like I always get messages from you beings telling me that I seem really happy and glowing and just that I kind of fit in. So yeah, excited, but admittedly also very nervous, because I'm gonna have to start over in a lot of ways. New relationships that I've built, just friendship wise, and then also even just with the businesses that I work with here, it's gonna be all brand new. So yeah, I want to document it and share that with you, because this feels like a very momentous time in my life where I feel like I'll be seeing a lot of growth in myself. And as you know, I love to document growth, but what's crazy to me is that I can literally see the growth in myself by watching old Week in My Life vlogs. And that's kind of one of the reasons why I started documenting these intensely emotional experiences in my life. I know that some people don't really understand why I want to document these things, but personally I've become accustomed to it. It's part of my job, so that's number one. But also for me, it's really fun to look back on for memories, and then also just to see what I used to be like and the changes in myself spiritually and energetically, and just it makes me really proud that I could look back and feel like, wow, I can physically see a difference in my energy and just the way that I look and speak and present myself. I don't know, it's just one of those things. But I think I need to zip it because I've been talking for so long. I'm probably losing a bunch of you at this point. That's the update. Moving to LA, doing all the adult stuff, all the big girl stuff. Obviously, I'm gonna be vlogging up until that point, so I feel like this is gonna be a great time for me to be a bit more of a tourist in my own city and just do things for the last time. It's gonna make me really emotional. Like, I get emotional sometimes when I'm on the subway, just thinking to myself like, wow, I'm gonna miss the subway, the freaking subway. Hopefully by the time I upload this video, I can tell you guys that Tim is also moving to LA, which is just insane. Like, I'm telling you guys, the way things have lined up, I have so much trust in the universe right now. Also, I'm gonna reactivate my home account. So I have this home account on Instagram, but because of the pandemic, I just didn't really end up doing any of the projects that I had planned for. I will be sharing them now. So yeah, I think the handle is House of Beans with a U, House with a U. I'll put that on the screen if you guys are interested at all. You can follow there for house updates. I promise I'll be more active there because I'm really excited about this one. It's gonna be a big move for me. I just wanna say I think this is a very transitional time for many of us right now. So if you're in the same boat as I am, I'm sending you love and light and strength. As I said before, nothing is permanent, so don't be afraid to make a change in your life and try something new. I think if there's ever a time to do that, it's right now, and I'm really excited about it. I'm really, really excited, but also terrified. Gosh, I love stone fruit season. I've just been eating stone fruit nonstop. I think plums are my favorite, followed by nectarines, but summer produce just hits different. I have some mail I want to show you. So I've just been storing these packages that I figured I would include them in the vlog anyway. These are some Lane 8 sneakers, and they are sustainable sneakers. I haven't had very good luck with sustainable sneakers in the past. I'm going to be super honest. I like to stick with the basic brands, the tried and true, like, you know, the big sneaker brands, very mainstream ones, because I feel like it's really important when it comes to your joints and your body, and just, you know, I tried a pair of sustainable sneakers, not this brand, another one, and what happened was basically my joints started to hurt, and I realized, like, yeah, it's great that it's sustainable, but it just wasn't giving me the support that I needed for all of the impact. So with that said, I've heard really good things about these from a friend of mine, and I was like, okay, you know what, I'll try them, and they just so happened to email me, so I'm really excited to give these a little test, and I'll keep you updated on how they go for me. Also very exciting, I got some non-alcoholic spirits from this brand called 3 Spirit. Duh, it's right there. And I'm really excited about this because I've been getting more and more into mocktails, and you know, Brennan's also sober and he loves like bubbly drinks, obviously non-alcoholic ones, and it's just made me realize that, you know what, it's really fun fun to play with fancy drinks because not all fancy drinks need to have alcohol in them. So maybe I'll do a taste test of this later on. And then I just found this in my mailbox. And it is some jewelry, a collaboration between Anna Luisa and my friend Ro. And I'm so excited. Ro, if you're watching this, thank you so much. I'm gonna text her and I'm actually gonna wear these today. Last but not least, we have some Lily's chocolate. This is sweetened with stevia, I believe. And I actually don't get a strange aftertaste from Lily's products. I've used their baking chips for many years. And it's not that I'm afraid of sugar. You guys know this if you've seen my recipes. Like, I'll eat sugar. But every once in a while, in small ways, it's nice to kind of be able to cut back sometimes. So like chips, for example, if my recipe already has sugar in it, just a nice way to kind of reduce that a little bit. And I know that many of you that make my recipes are pretty sugar conscious, so this is a pretty good option. I like that there's no weird aftertaste like you have with another brand that is sweetened with monk fruit, not to get specific. And then I think I'm gonna bring some bars for my friend Nathan, who colors my hair as well. Okay, one thing I'm starting to get really serious about is non-perishables and food that I just have way too much of, because at this point I have less than a month left. I just know for a fact I'm not going to get through all this stuff and it's perfectly in good condition. So I think I'm going to collect as much as I can and then bring this to, I think, a food pantry. I wanted to show you the nails that I got done because it's been a while. I think in my last vlog you may have noticed that I didn't have my nails done at all, which is honestly kind of weird to me. I think it looks better for food purposes, which is why mainly I get them done. I just think food looks more appetizing when you have your nails done. Look who it is! It's everyone's favorite. And guess what? Many of you have been asking me whether or not Tim will be moving too, or what am I gonna do without Tim once I move?
I am moving to LA, at least for 2 months.
I was actually really devastated. I was like, what am I gonna do in my life without this human? But
I'll be there.
We're doing it together.
Driving across the country starting in 2 weeks, so.
Would you like to plug your adventure account? Once we have your handle.
That isn't created yet?
Yeah, once we have your handle, we'll put it up here so we can follow his adventures.
Oh yeah, take handle suggestions.
Yes.
You know a good like adventure account name I should do?
Yeah, comment below.
That involves Tim. Let me know.
We just had these sparkling teas, they're just so good. I had this flavor. Tim had the blueberry hibiscus. And we had some juice press for lunch. And now we are trying to soak up whatever sun is left. He's so good.
He's a good boy.
Oh my gosh, hello.
Hi, dog trainer, mom mode. Say hi. Are you gonna smile for the camera? Hi, Benny. Good boy, bud.
This has got to be one of the most random market hauls, but here are some gooseberries. I don't have a need for them. I just kind of picked them up because they were there. And then, of course, some chamomile flowers. This is what I'm really excited about. I finally found pink oyster mushrooms. These are a little bit more difficult to find because typically their lifespan, if you will, is really short. Like the color fades within a couple days time. And now this, I actually thought this was a lobster mushroom. It turns out it's a chicken of the wood mushroom. And I've never had one before. And they told me that this tastes kind of like chicken, so I had to try it. So very random haul today, but always fun to go and just see what's in season. Welcome, welcome. I'm looking a little frizzy. I just got rained on. I wanted to talk about evening skincare because I don't think I've ever showed you my skincare routine, and I have gotten a lot of questions, believe it or not. I don't have the best skin, I would say. I mean, it's pretty good, but I am breaking out right now because I'm about to get my period. And I'm losing my voice, and my camera is still cracked. So I figured I would just talk you through some of the things that I use every day. So this is what I use for cleanser, the Osea Ocean Cleansing Milk, and I pretty much get all of my basics from the Detox Market. So in the evening I'll cleanse with this, the Osea Ocean Milk Cleanser. This was one of the very first non-toxic and vegan skincare brands I'd ever used. And then I would go in with these reusable cotton rounds. This is actually my friend's brand, May Apothecary. And these cotton rounds, okay, I've used reusable cotton rounds before and they kind of like pull at your skin and they're very rough. But these, I wish you guys could feel it. They feel like the softest hoodie. like the inside of sweatpants. They're so nice, so I highly recommend. So then I will tone with this toner, also from the Detox Market, and I'll just use one of these cotton rounds. Then I go in with my serum. So this is the vitamin C and E serum. I always go for vitamin C E. I used to use a different brand, and then I found this at the Detox Market, which I love because it means it's non-toxic. They vet all of their products, so I love shopping there because it's kind of like a Sephora, but you don't have to read through ingredients to make sure that they're, you know, up to par with what ingredients you want to put on your face. When I was younger, I used that brand CeraVe, and that is how I learned that ceramides do really well for my skin, and I hadn't really found a clean alternative until I found this. It's really nice and thick, and I have dry skin, so it's really perfect for me. It turns out I forgot how to vlog. I didn't even film an outro. I've just been a little bit offline because, you know, real life stuff is happening. Moving is big and definitely very involved. That plus the weather being so rainy in New York lately, I don't know what's going on. I just haven't really had too much going on in life that has been interesting enough to share with you. But next vlog, we're gonna be back with a lot more action, and obviously the moving is going to begin. It's just such a process, so thank you for being patient with me. Hope you enjoyed this video regardless, and I will see you in another video soon. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the little bell button so you know when the next videos come out. And if you want to keep more up to date, I am definitely more regular with posting on Instagram and TikTok, so follow me there. Same handle at Veggiekins. All right, I'll see you in another video very soon. Bye.